Hi, my name is Julian Montoya Lopez. I'm a graduate student at the University of Minnesota. Persons still paying the call disease in the US wine industry. At the national level, the occurrence of disease has shown a seasonal pattern as the epidemic begins in the fall of every year, as we can see on the graphic on the left hand side, where roughly 25 to 40% of the breeding herds break every year. This was the main reason for us to begin searching for management practices that can coincide with this increase in PERS occurrence. One of those practices is manure pumping and field application. During the fall of 2019, I collected 300 manure samples from the deep pits of pig farms in Minnesota and tested them for PERS virus. Overall, 9% of these farms tested positive for PERS by PCR. Additionally, we tested the samples for swine coronaviruses such as porcine epidemic diarrhea, Delta coronavirus, and transmissible gastroenteritis, and found the FAR prevalence was 16%, 6.3%, and 0% respectively. None of the positive samples were virus isolation positive and no sequences were obtained. Results from this study confirmed the presence of these viruses in manure pits. The status of the pigs in this barn was unknown, which opens an opportunity for a follow-up study to have a deeper understanding. Additionally, PERS research on the growing pig population is scarce, despite the fact that this population accounts for the majority of the pig farms in the United States swine industry due to multi-site production. Basic epidemiology features related to measurement of disease such as count, prevalence, rates, and ratios, and the determinants of health and disease need to be embedded and characterized in order to continue to make progress towards whole system and regional PERS prevention, control, and elimination. Here, I aim to assess PERS prevalence of near to market pigs that are 20 weeks or older and the potential role of this population on the epidemiology of the disease. I focused on this population because these are the pigs moving to slaughterhouses or other farms and can contribute to spread the virus. Farm participation was voluntary and samples were collected regardless of clinical signs, were near to market finished pigs between October of 2018 and November of 2019. Serum samples were tested for North American and European PERS type by RT-PCR Impulso 5 at the University of Minnesota VDL. A farm was considered positive when at least one pool tested positive. I found 24.7% overall pairs prevalence in serum samples, distributed as 2.35 European and 22.35 as North American pairs virus. At this point, we can tell whether positive results were due to vaccine or not. Results from this study raise awareness from a risk perspective due to the fact that approximately a quarter of the finishing sites with near to market pigs in the US had at least one viremic pig. The presence of viremic pigs amongst randomly selected animals in farms that were not targeted specifically towards PERS detection highlight the potential role of this population, as they can be a source of virus regionally as well as contaminated trucks that will transport them to the harvesting plant.